All right, so you've chosen to practice partial products. So remember that product means the answer to a multiplication problem and partial means parts. So we're going to solve the answer of a multiplication problem in parts. So we're going to start off with a 2x1 multiplication problem. So the first problem we have to solve is 7 times 5. They're both in the ones place, so it's literally 7 times 5. The second problem we have to do is 7 times the value of this 3, which is in the tens place, so the value is 30. So we have 7 times 30. 7 times 30. So we're going to solve each of these problems. 7 times 5, we all know, is 35. 7 times 30, we're going to chop the 0 off. 7 times 3 is 21. Put the 0 back on, 210. I lined it up because now we have to add. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. And 0 plus 2 is 2. So 245 is our answer to 35 times 7. So remember, we are taking parts of the problem and multiplying them together first before we add them up. So here's one that is 2x2 multiplication, so it's going to be a little more, it's going to be several more problems, but we're going to be able to do it just the same. So we're going to start off with our 5. So that's in the ones place. So we're going to multiply it by the value of the 1. So that's just 5 times 1. 5 times 1. And then 5 times the 6. But really the 6 is 60. So we have 5 times 60 equals blank. So that's 2 problems. We're done using the 5. Now we're going to move on to our 2, which is really a 20, right? It's the value of the 2 is 20. So we're going to have 20 times the value of that 1, 20 times 1, and 20 times the value of the 6, which is 60. So 20 times 60. Again, this strategy is helping us find parts of the product and then adding them together. So when I add these, or when I multiply these, when I write the answer in, I want to make it so there's space for me to write all of them. 5 times 1 is 5, but that's in the ones place. So if I write it here, it's not going to be lined up for me to add. So I want to put my 5 all the way over here so it's easy to add later. 5 times 60, we're going to cross off our 0. 5 times 6 is 30. And then I'm going to add the 0 on in the ones place. So I have 300. 20 times 1, that's an easy one, 20. So I'm going to make sure that my 2 is in the tens place and my 0 is in the ones place. And our last question is the hardest one. We're going to take our zeros off. And if I put those at the end, 2 times 6 is 12. So the last thing I have to do is add them up. 5 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. And nothing plus 1 is 1. So my answer is 1,525. So if you want to use partial products, you can use those for either types of problems. Good luck. You can watch one of the other videos if this one's not clicking.